Hi friends, today in this video we are going to study a monoclinic system gypsum type. This will be a practical in FY as per the UGC program, and now due to the COVID-19 pandemic we could not start the practical, but now theory has started online. So I'm going to make out attempt to make theory as well as a practical online so that you can get the in hand advance this system so that practically when you're going to study this system you will be well versed with this particular system in FIBSC. Now monoclinic system gypsum type, the name itself is giving you the indication. Mono means one, clinic means inclination. One, here whatever the three axis is there, out of the three axis one axis is inclined. Yes, monoclinic system gypsum type. Remember, monoclinic system, automatically the name has to become as a gypsum type. Yes, this is a normal class. And now in this system, there are the three crystallographic axes. Yes, the C axis running from top to bottom. Now assume now this is the vertical axis running from top to bottom. The A axis running from front to back in upward direction. This is the inclined axis. Mono means one and clinic means inclination. Here one axis is inclined and the rest one, the B is horizontal, which is running from right to left. Now the three relation, A is a smaller axis running from front to back of the observer, whereas B is the intermediate one running from right to the left, and the C is the longest one. So this is the relation. All three axes are unequal, and the third one in this axis, A axis is inclined running from front to back. So this axis will be denoted as a Clino axis. Remember, this axis will be denoted or it will be named as a Clino axis. And whereas the vertical axis, that will be a C axis, normally we call. Now the B which will be there, that will be the normal B we call, or we can call him the ortho axis, that is the intermediate axis. Now again here given the relation, now see very carefully, here you are going to see the face which is the incline, the whatever the A axis is there. Assume now, yes, I don't have the model, so we are kept here. So now assume now this is your A axis, the face which is now inclined here. So whatever the face is there, so your A axis will be passing like this. Yes, running from front to back of the observer, whereas B running from right to left and C running from top to bottom. So these are the three axes. Out of this, A is a smaller one and making an angle running from front to back of the observer. So front is given positive sign and back is given negative sign. And C running from top to bottom, C will top is given positive sign and bottom is given negative sign. Whereas your B axis running from right to left, right will be given as positive sign and left is given as negative sign. Remember this. This will be useful when you're going to write down the indices of the or any particular form. But normally whenever we are going to write down the indices, we'll write the indices of the front faces. This is about what we have, the axis. Now in this, A is not perpendicular to B, B is perpendicular to C. Yes, A is not perpendicular to B, or A is neither perpendicular to C, but B is perpendicular to C axis. So the name itself, monoclinic system. Mono means one. So here in this case, if you make out the element of symmetry, one plane, one axis. Mono means one plane, and that is the vertical. If you make out this plane and if you draw a vertical line from the center of the face, exactly same. Just we have the inclined face over here. So that is the monoclinic one. And if you divide this way, is going to cut your this. And if you make out this one, what is happening? This is on the upward side and this is on the downward side. So their elevation is difference is there. So this side is not possible. This side also, because there is a steep angle. Lower side also we have the form. So that will be a very difficult one. So here we got only one plane, and it is a next one possibility. It is not been possible. Yes, if you want to draw a plane like this, exactly opposite side, the face is dividing, but what is happening in this dividation, one face is in this direction, the other face which is there it is on the reverse position. So there is no possibility along this corner to corner along this particular rectangular face. So we have only one, then that is the vertical face. Come to the next one. When you're going to rotate the model, now when you're going to rotate the model along this one, it is not possible because angle is steep. So faces will be there, up and down, position will be there. So along this particular position, it is not possible. Next one, here also the same thing. In this position, the face is here, but once you reverse, it will come on the back. So that will be also not possible. So here, whatever the position will be there along the b-axis, when you going to rotate, the same face occupy the same position twice. So along the b-axis, we got one of two-fold symmetry, and center of symmetry is present. Opposite center of the faces. Opposite center of the faces are there. From the center, they are equidistant. This face and this face. From the center, they are equidistant. So this here, the center of symmetry is present. So one plane, one axis, and rule says whenever maximum axes are there, it will give you minimum number of faces. So here maximum is 1. So 1 of two-fold symmetry. That is a simple rule. Remember now. Yes, next one what we have is the form. Here we are going to make out the mistake. Now whenever you find out the first holding position. C is the longest one. A is the shortest one, and it is inclined. It is going in this direction. So you have to hold in this direction. Now you have to see now. This is a one pair of two similar faces. There is another pair of two similar faces. This is another pair of two similar faces. Means there will be a pair of two similar faces. How many pairs are there? There is a three pairs. So whenever you got a pair of two similar faces, make them as a pinacoid or call them as a pinacoid. So the definition of the pinacoid, it consists of two similar faces. It consists of two similar faces, a pair of two similar faces. Each face is going to cut one of the crystallographic axis. Maybe cut A axis, maybe cut B axis, or it may cut C axis. On the basis of that, we have the different types of pinacoids. Say example here. Your A axis running from front to back as an observer is, if you make out, your axis is going in this direction. So the front and back, this is a one pair. So this will become your A pinacoid along the A axis, or it will be on the front side. So we call it also as a front pinacoid. A pinacoid because it is along the A axis. Second one, it is on the front of the observer. So we can make it as a front pinacoid. And second one, what is happening in this? The B axis is remain parallel to this face. So what is the B axis? Is the ortho axis. So this particular pinacoid is called as ortho pinacoid. A pinacoid, or it is called as front pinacoid, or it is called as ortho pinacoid. Ortho means it will be parallel to your B axis, and this face, if you make out, it is remain parallel to C because vertical face is there. So C also remain parallel. So only one axis is going to cut. That will be 1, 0, 0. So here A pinacoid, or it is called as front pinacoid, and now it is parallel to B axis. So the name of the B axis is ortho 1. So here we called as A or front pinacoid or ortho pinacoid, indices 1, 0, 0. In the examination, no need to write the definition in the practical, but in the theory it is there. So you have to write down it consists of a pair of two similar faces. Index face is going to cut your A axis and remain parallel to ortho axis and C axis, and that's why it is called as A pinacoid or front pinacoid or ortho pinacoid. It is parallel to ortho pair, a pair which is present on the side along the B axis. So this particular pair which is there on this left and right, so this will be called as your B pinacoid because it is along the B axis, or it is called as side pinacoid. Now this one is remain parallel to your clino, whatever the clino axis is there, it is remain parallel. So this will be called as your B pinacoid, or it is called as side pinacoid, or it is called as Clino Pinacoid because it is parallel to your clino axis. So here the indices will become as 0, that is for A axis, B is going to cut, C remain parallel. So 0, 1, 0. But this side, your positive side, and this is minus. Here it is, will be 0, 1, 0. If you make out the indices of this face, 0, bar 1, 0. but we'll write always the positive indices, the face which is cutting on your front positive side of A or B axis, that is A pinacoid or B pinacoid, front pinacoid or side pinacoid, or ortho pinacoid or clino pinacoid. So that will be the pinacoid 1 0 0 0 1 0, and the third one is present along the C axis. So it is called as C pinacoid, or simply it is called as a basal pinacoid, because it is remain parallel to A and B horizontal axis. Yes, and it is only cut by the C axis. So here we have only C is going to pass through this one. So it is 0 0 1. So it will be called as C pinacoid, or it is called as a basal pinacoid. It consists of a pair of two similar faces. Index face is going to cut your A, or it may cut B, or it may cut C. On the basis of that, A or front or orthopinacoid, B or side or clinopinacoid, or C or basal pinacoid. 1 0 0, 0 1 0, and 0 0 1. No need to give a comma. Remember, whenever a pair of two similar faces, make it as a pinacoid. If only one pair is there, make it as a basal pinacoid. Whenever a pair of two similar faces, make them as a basal pinacoid. When there is a three pairs are there, then you have to orient the crystal model on the basis of the axis of that particular system. If it is orthorhombic system, or it is the tetragonal system, or whether it is will be a monoclinic system, on the basis of the axis, orientation has to be done. So that's why the axis, crystallographic axis, are very, very important. So this is the form which will be, now you can see here all faces having the two forms are there. Yes, two faces are there. So here we are giving you the pictorial representation of the pinacoids. So the first one you can see here now, this will be your A pinacoid along the A axis, front and back. Now this is along the side axis, B axis, and this is along your C axis. Here A axis should be go running from front to back in the upward direction. It is shown very clear, neat on this side, but here it is not clear. So we remember that whenever A you want to show, it goes should be on the upward side from the front to the back of the observer. Is this is what we have. The front one, here we have 1 0 0, 0 1 0, 0 0 1, all three types of pinacoids, and you can see the face is inclined. The whatever the steepest face is there, it has to be towards you, because the A axis running from front to back in the upward direction. So be remember whenever you going to hold a model of the monoclinic system. Next one, prism. What is the normal definition? Prism consists of four vertical faces, a pair of four similar vertical faces. And index face is going to cut your A and B, remain parallel to C. Remember, everywhere we have the same one, whether it is a monoclinic system, whether it is triclinic system, orthorhombic system, yes, or a tetragonal system. In that, all we have the definition is remain same. It consists of a pair of four similar vertical faces. Index face is going to cut your A and B axis, horizontal axis, and remain parallel to C, because when it is a vertical we have mentioned, then C will remain parallel. So 1 1 0. Yes, and you can see now wherever we are written 1 1 0, in between we are not given comma. They are in proportionate. Yes, equal ratio they are taken, so we don't have to give the comma in between the indices what we are going to write. Prism 1 1 0, that is there. Yes, this is what we have, the faces over here in this particular diagram, the prisms which have been shown. Actually this model has not properly oriented, so we could not see the exact position. Yes, whatever the dome is there now. Next one is a dome. What is the dome? Dome contain four inclined pairs. A pair of four similar inclined faces. It consists of four similar inclined faces. Yes, it may be on the front side or it may be on the side. Yes, so the two may be on this front and back, on the top, again bottom, top and bottom. So that is your front dome. Side, two on the sides, on the top, two sides, that is a normal dome. But when you're going to make out the hemi dome, means half. Hemi means half. When you're going to make out the half dome means whatever the four vertical inclined faces are there, out of this only two faces are present. Only two faces. Now I can see now here, except the prism, everywhere we have the two faces now. Whether it is pinacoid or dome, we are going to have the faces which are there as a two. Now the first one, positive hemi-orthodome. What is the position of the positive hemi-orthodome? That is the position of this particular one. What is the orthodome? Ortho means the ortho axis, the B axis. So here, this what we are going to make out, the position of this faces will be on the front side. It consists of a pair of two similar inclined faces. The index face is going to cut your A and C axis and remain parallel to your ortho. Whichever the axis is parallel, horizontal, not a vertical. Only A and B. Out of this, ortho, that is the B axis, remain parallel. So the name is given as positive hemi or front dome. Yes, because it is on the front position. When is it a front position? Inclined face 1, 0, 1. Because it is inclined, C should be cut. Now it is on the A axis, so A is going to cut. So 1, 0, 1. It consists of a pair of two similar faces. Index face is going to cut your A as well as C axis, remain parallel to your ortho, that is the B axis. So indices will become 1, 0, 1. That is positive hemi-orthodome or front hemidome. Yes, front hemidome. That is the front side is there. So front hemidome. Here I written front dome. It should be a front hemidome. The next one, negative hemi-orthodome or front dome. Whatever we have, the orthodome which are there on the front side, one face on this side and other, the two faces are there in the dome, and in that one will be positive, one will be negative, whichever the negative side is going to cut. Yes, whichever the face which is going to cut your negative end of A axis, that will be we will be called as hemi-orthodome. That is the normal definition of the hemi-orthodome. Is it consists of two similar faces. Index face is going to cut your A axis and C axis remain parallel to B axis. That is hemi-orthodome. But now in that one is positive and one is negative. Whichever the face which are there, say example, this face is going to cut your A axis. So this will be positive hemi-orthodome, and whichever the face A is on the back side, going upward side. So the back face of this particular dome which is there, it will be going to cut your negative end of A axis. So that is a negative hemi-orthodome. Whichever the two faces are there, out of this, one face will be a positive hemi-orthodome and second one is negative orthodome. So yes, there will be hemi-orthodome, but when you are going to negative, that is going to cut only one face is there and it is going to cut your negative side. When it is cutting positive side, positive hemi-orthodome. Yes, so here we have the face model is there where you are going to make out. This is the what we have, the prism. This is the four vertical faces are there. This is a front pinacoid. This is a side pinacoid. Yes, this is what we have. The pyramid is there and dome on the back side. But now we could not have the model, so we cannot study this particular one. The next one, again interesting now, Hemi-Pyramid. Yes, what is a hemi-pyramid? Pyramid consists of 8 similar inclined faces. A pair of 8 similar inclined faces. Now it is reduced to half. So we have the 4 is there. So when we are going to say hemi-pyramid, it consists of 4 similar vertical faces. Correct? Be concentrate. What I have to repeat, it consists of 4 similar vertical faces. It is wrong. When we are defining the pyramid, it should be inclined. You have seen the pyramid now. It consists of 4 similar inclined faces. When you are going to make out a pyramid, the normal definition is 8 inclined faces. When you are going to define the hemi-pyramid, it consists of 4 similar inclined faces. Index face going to cut all the axes. Index face going to cut your all axes. 1, 1, 1. That will become 1, 1. The whichever the A axis is going to cut your positive side, B is positive side, and C positive side. Now, when you are going to make out the negative hemi-pyramid, means those out of the 4 faces, 2 are on the back side. Yes, 2 will be on the back side. Here we are not mentioned in the definition. that has to be there. So 2 on the front, that is the positive hemiorthoterm, and for 2 on the back, that is the negative one. And in that, what is going to happen? It is going to cut your negative end of A axis. 1, 1, 1 is the positive hemi-pyramid, and when you are going to make it a negative hemi-pyramid, it is going to cut your negative end of A axis, and B and C at a unit distance. So bar 1, 1, 1. That will be the indices. Indices also have been made. That is will be a bar has to be there. So bar 1, 1, 1. That will be the indices for the negative hemi-pyramid. So this is here we have been have the pyramid is there. Here also we have the pyramid. Yes, rule for holding position. Now, what is the rule says? Whenever a one of two-fold symmetry should coincide with your crystallographic b-axis. Whenever you go, wherever you rotate, you will find out that which axis give you one or two-fold. That is your b-axis. This is where once you get a b-axis, automatically A is inclined. Can find out C is the longest. So this is where you have to turn the position of that particular model of this monoclinic correctly, and can get all the whatever the faces or forms which are there, we can find very easily. Yes, after seeing the rule for holding position, one axis of two-fold symmetry should coincide with the B axis. So this is the first model from the monoclinic system, is model number 353. So 353. So whenever you're going to hold, this is the holding position. The whatever the inclined phase, you can see here, this is the inclined phase which will be there. The slope should be towards the observer, so that the whatever the phase which will be there, so along this phase, whatever this edge will be there, so it will be exactly parallel to your A axis. That is the A is the incline. So running from front to backward. So when you hold in that particular direction, we'll get this idea that A will be shorter one, B will be the intermediate one, and C will be the longest one. And once you hold this model, we'll find out that there will be three pairs of pinacoids. Front pinacoid, that is the two faces are there, front and back. Then that will be the another pair will be there, which will be on the side. Left and right faces will be there, and the third pair will be there on the top and bottom. Front A pinacoid, it is also called as parallel to your ortho axis. So it is the A or front pinacoid, or it is called as ortho pinacoid. That will be 100. If the side faces are there, it is a B pinacoid, side pinacoid, or Clino Pinacoid, because it is remain parallel to the Clino axis. And the third one, a pair which is on the top and bottom, it is parallel to NB, but it is going to cut by the C axis, and it is the base on which the model can rest. So it is C or a Basal Pinacoid. So here we have A pinacoid, B pinacoid, or C pinacoid, or you can write down as a front pinacoid, side pinacoid, or Basal Pinacoid. If you don't want this one, then you can write down Ortho Pinacoid, Clino Pinacoid, and Basal Pinacoid. So that will be there. But if you write this systematically, the examiner will impress that you know everything. Might be somewhere you have made a mistake, but he will not going to cut your marks, because you know the basic important parts of that. Come to the next one, the model number 3, exactly the holding position is there. So once you hold this one, inclined face towards you, that will be give you the idea. So four vertical face, here we have four vertical face, and there is another pair will be there, top and bottom. So here in this we are going to get only two forms, but in that, the whatever your axis is there, you can see now the axis will pass from edge to edge. Yes, the A axis shorter, which is going upward, B is running from right to left, and C top to bottom. So the top and bottom is the basal or C pinacoid, whereas the four vertical faces are the prism, which is going to cut your both the horizontal axis A and B at equidistance and remain parallel to C axis, because it is a vertical face. So the vertical face will remain parallel to the vertical axis. So here in the prism, it consists of four similar vertical face, each face going to cut your A and B horizontal axis and remain parallel to C. So here we got a basal pinacoid or C pinacoid and the prism. that is 110. The next one, very important one, model number 803. That is the orthoclase model is there, and in that this is the correct holding position is there. Yes, this is a maximum slow face towards you. So we'll get the idea. So once you hold this one, you get a pair. What pair will be there? So in that you are going to get the first one, this one, and on the opposite side, this will face will be there, front and back. That will be the basal pinacoid. So here we have the first C pinacoid. Similarly, this side faces, there will be the side faces. Front face we don't have. Front pinacoid we don't have. We have the side pinacoid or B pinacoid and a C pinacoid. So the B pinacoid 010 or C pinacoid 001. And after that, these two faces, front face and similarly on opposite side, this vertical face and this. So total 4 vertical face. So it is a prism 110. Whenever we got a one pair, it is the first order. Whenever we have the two pairs are there, one is bigger and one is second one is smaller, that is only in the tetragonal, or it will be in a hexagonal system. There we have to write a first order or second order. Whenever we have a first order, no need to mention. It is the prism. This is the prism will be there, and we're going to write the indices 110 because A and B going to cut at a unit distance, and the face is a vertical which is remain parallel to your C axis. So here we have basal pinacoid, that is top and bottom is there, then the side pinacoid, then the prism one. Then the next one will going to come out, that is the hemidome. Yes, this will be we have the hemidome is there, and that is also called as negative hemi-orthodome, which is on the front side. And similarly, if we have one will be there on the back side, so that will be there. So we don't have to make, but that will be the easiest one. Hemi-orthodome negative, that is bar 101. So that will be there. So these are the faces will be there in the 803 model. 847 model. Model 847. You can see now the front pinacoid is there. The side pinacoid is also there. Then the prism is there. Yes. So here we got prism. Then the side pinacoid, Clino Pinacoid, that will be there. Then we have the Hemi-Pyramid. Yes, we have the Hemi-Pyramid. You can see now Hemi-Pyramid, which consists of 4 similar vertical face. Yes, this so 2 on this side and 2 on the lower side. And here on the back side 2 are there, and here on the front side 2 are there. They are the negative Hemi-Pyramid. So one we have the positive hemi-pyramid and second one is negative. Why is it negative? Because it is going to cut your negative end of A axis. When we are going to say it is a positive one, that means it is going to cut your A front axis. Yes, positive side. So pyramid 111. It is half or it is quarter, no problem. But is the indices will be remain 1, 1, 1, 1. Positive. Negative, once we are going to say it is a negative, it will be bar 1. So when you are going to make out the simple what we have the indices, pinacoid 3 forms, 2 faces will be there. Indices, it is going to cut one axis 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Next one 4 vertical faces. Then we have the 1 1 0. 4 vertical faces going to cut A and B. So that is the first prism. Then the second order, if you make out, one more axis will remain parallel. We take the front 1 0 0. If we take the side, it will be 0 1 0. But we always take the front face. Then come to the next one, 4 inclined faces. Yes, these are the normal common indices forms which are with the indices we are going to see. 4 inclined faces, that is a dome. If the dome is on the front side, it is a front dome. If it is the 4 inclined faces on the side, it is side dome. Front dome, it is inclined face, so A is going to cut and C. B remain parallel. If it is side is there, B axis as well as C axis, they are going to cut. So there will be 1 0 1. So the front dome, side dome. So depending upon which axis is going to cut, whether in that particular axis the name is brachy or ortho or clino or micro, like whatever the names are there for this axis, you have to find out, and on the basis of that you have to give. These are the common indices. We'll have one video when we are going to make the comparison, very important one. Give the comparison of all the crystallographic systems with reference to crystallographic axis, the element of symmetries, and forms and indices. That is a huge big one task, but if you do it thoroughly, you will complete what we have the crystallography for FIBSC. It will become easy, and model, once you realize which model is there, immediately we'll write down that. So that exercise will do it now in the next coming video. We will have that part also. So that will be very useful for lifelong. You may don't forget that indices, because whatever I have learned it, I have learned it from my teacher, and after that I have been learn skill, and sometimes I sit with the students, and from there also I learn so how to learn the indices, how to find out the forms, then how to find out plane axis, how to remember the element of symmetry. That will be the easy one, and but once you get these tips, you can easily remember. Now the next one model is 364, or it is called as 1053. Yes, 1053 or 364. So that will be the number will be there. So this inclined phase holding towards you, that is the giving you the a axis. Yes, the orientation of the a axis. So a axis will be parallel to this phase, which is going from center to center. Then your b axis running from right to left, and c from top to bottom vertical. So here we are going to have the side pinacoid. Yes, the two faces, a pair will be there, it will be on the side. So side pinacoid will be there. That is the one, that is 0 1 0. Yes, that is given side pinacoid. Then the four vertical face, two face on this side and two on the back side. This is one face on the back side, the another face will be there on this side. So four faces will be there. That is the prism is there, 1 1 0. Then come to this one, two on the top and two on the bottom. So this is what we have is the pyramid. So that is the half, because four faces are there, so it is half is there. So it is a hemi-pyramid. And the positive, once you take the indices of a positive side, is a positive one. So the positive hemi-pyramid is there. So here we have the side pinacoid, prism, and hemi-pyramid. I hope you enjoy this video, and if you see this video one or two times, if you go in the practicals, do it this practical, and at the time also you can see this video, this mineralogy, any particular crystallography or minerals. If you do it this way, you will be perfect right from FY. If you do it out, then SY and TY you don't have any problem. So I hope you enjoy this one. And now in this lockdown, this videos which are there, you can prepare, see this video, start or reading the whatever the notes you have or you have been collected from your students, or whatever the books you have available, or PDF book which we have been already uploaded in a group. Read out that books, and uh, clear your basic concepts right from FY. You start reading the book. If you are in FY or SY or TY, when you are TY, then FY SY books you can thoroughly revise, so that ultimately when you're going to complete this the third year also, then you'll have to go for the competitive examinations, whether you're going for MSc, or whether you can go for any ONGC exam, GSI exam, or any examination, or you're going for a UPSC examination. Then this will be a very very important one, and it will be useful for you. I hope it will be enjoy. Thanks for visiting my channel, PC Joe Kimberlite. Have a nice day. Share, subscribe, and without fail write down the comments. So with these comments, I can make out the upcoming videos, and whatever the drawbacks which are there in this particular video, we can in the subsequent we can make out your the doubts, which will be clear. I hope this is clear. Thank you. Have a nice day.